Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the station today, we are also going to do the review, in this case on a streaming camera. It is one of the flagship models of the Hollyland brand, is a camera that reaches up to 4K 30 FPS. As for the contents of the package, inside you will find the protective cap, a strap to hold the cables, a very useful 90-degree adapter, regarding the USB Type-C port, very long cable with also the removable plug to be more compact if you put it in your bag, and last but not least, this fantastic cable 3M USB-C. Going to analyze closely the camera case. I really appreciate the double filament so as to make possible the recording both horizontal but also vertical if you are TikTok, and also the slot to be able to connect directly the microphone to a large aperture f1.05 with a huge sensor. 1 out of 1.3 in. It was literally created for this wheelie land, and with an effective 50 megapixel sensor, you can say that this weekend is one of the premium cameras when it comes to streaming in high definition. Here we have the power button, the HDMI port, they even inserted a LAN port, the slot for the power supply, also equipped with thread to be perfectly connected and not detached during shooting. It has both audio ports. If you have the Type-C, 3.5 Type-C port to connect it to the computer, the red recording button, and I also inform you that it is equipped with a screen that you can recline to see perfectly where you are framing. You can use it in 3 different ways. You can use it as a webcam by connecting it with the USB Type-C cable to your computer or laptop. So as soon as you connect it to the computer, it will be recognized immediately. There is also a program that I recommend downloading to go and set the settings. I have already downloaded it. To give you some guidelines in this area, you can change the resolution from 720 pixels at 30 fps, but maximum to 4K at 30 fps. You can also change the preview from vertical to horizontal. You can of course activate the zoom up to 4:4, and now let's do a test together. Look how it focused the accessories of the Hollyland, despite being 2 images away, and among other things it is also very fast. Look at the speed. For the more geeks, there are all the customizations. For the experts, both the ISO, shutter speed, color balance, exposure and contrast that you can change in real time. Obviously, you can also set them from the screen because it has a touch screen display with which you can activate and change the various parameters and select the 3 modes, the 2 streaming and the shooting, directly from the camera screen. You can also change the parameters of both saturation. Also of contrast and feature not to be underestimated. The quality of the zoom reaches up to 4:4 and switch in an instant from video mode to photo mode and get this final gem. Because through the application, you can connect the camera to your smartphone, being able to use the cell phone monitor to check the correct frame. And not only because even remotely with the cell phone you can change all the settings. You can also change the settings here. Also look at the skin as it is brighter with the activation of this filter, and also less blemishes. And if you are a professional gamer or content creator and use green screens, don't worry, because this function also works perfectly. You don't see that somewhat grainy effect like I have in other devices, and the optimization of this camera as far as streaming is concerned is at the highest levels, because Hollyland has analyzed thousands of streams to instruct this camera to immediately understand the best parameters in each situation, and then through the algorithm tries to recreate reality even in low light conditions. The second mode in which you can take advantage of it is the mode that uses the HDMI connection. Look what a beautiful infinite effect, and above all, look at the resolution. Because here I am in the room and I don't have an optimal lighting system for recording. I also have yellow lights. So many environmental defects. The color quality remains excellent also because this part is recorded directly from Hollyland. From another shot you can see the 2 cables that I connected. The simple HDMI, the power cable. So if you use a video mixer, a monitor or a television, as in my case, you can take advantage of this function to see in real time the shots in high definition. And since I am Salt, I do not have my studio lighting. I want to go turn off lights to let you see also the off recording with the luminous system bad, or in any case low intensity 321. Look what I showed, there is really very little light now. Look at the difference of the other camera I am using for this review. You can clearly see the difference in exposure. This is Hollyland. See also how it manages to illuminate clearly both my face but also the corners of the station. This is the other camera. Look at the edges. Much darker and are also less prominent during recording. So if you stream and if you are a gamer and you have a low light station but only full of RGB LEDs, this Hollyland will be right for you because it will still give a beautiful effect even in low light conditions. And one of the problems that most Afflex content creators, and many times is a defect that also happened to my recordings, is the problem of flickering normally caused by the high brightness of the LEDs, because the anti-flicker system works horribly. Look at the difference between when it is active and deactivated. Now it is deactivated. Look how you see the classic underlines typical of the flickering caused precisely by the LEDs. And this problem for those who create content is very annoying because it gives a final result of very low quality. Now I'm going to activate it. Did you see that the ondines are gone? You can set it to 50 or 60 Hz. I recommend you to try it then. Is to show you the quality and effectiveness of the anti-flick in this camera. And I must say that as you have seen, it works perfectly. And the third and last feature that left me literally speechless is the RTMP streaming function that allows you to use it as a standalone camera, perfect if you are content creators who love live. Also because this camera with this double dissipation system heats very little and was designed to be used 24/7 and after using the camera for a whole day. I want to show you the difference in temperatures after 8 hours that I am using it to do the review at a temperature of about 30-37 degrees. Look instead the action cam that I used for the side framing that goes from 54 to 60 degrees and having the streaming mode stand alone. You will just connect it to the power supply to be right away in the without having the hassle of bringing you computers, mini laptops and even capture cards. As for my final considerations, one of its pluses is the ease of use because all the modes are practically plug and play and it benefits from updates since this model has been out for more than a year, and in fact I had no bugs in slowdowns in all tests. The quality of the recordings at 4K 30 FPS have proven to be up to par both in terms of image quality, especially the quality of the colors. And as you can see from the thermal camera, it also passed the overheating test. So if you are an avid streamer and want a camera that shoots 7 days a week, I would say this model is for you. And I also recommend it to the most professional content creators who want a top-of-the-range product because this contains both characteristics, both quality, but also ease of use. If you like this video, I recommend you leave a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you have. You question about this model? Write in the comments. I salute you and see you in the next video. Hello.